Well, folks, many times you're out flying and it starts raining and the transmitter gets wet and you're not prepared for it.
Hello, folks. Well, most of you by now have seen the fantastic ads for Rust-Oleum's new Never Wet. It's supposed to keep everything dry. Well, when I saw the ad, I immediately thought of my RC submarine that the minute the receiver got wet, it sunk. I also thought of my RC surfer, who only a tiny drop of salt water killed it when I was out in California. And how lucky I was when flying my shark off the boat, and that the servos were always wet, yet kept going. Of course, they're tight anyway. But I thought of all the things that I could use this stuff on beforehand. You know, Scotchgard makes some stuff for the fabric, and I still have a can of the German stuff that was also for fabric. It was a one-part deal. The NeverWet's a two-part deal. It's a hydrophobic coating, and it causes water to bead pretty incredibly. And I'm just experimenting with this stuff so you don't have to. And I don't imply that you try it on anything, but I'm just going to show you what happens if you do, the good and the bad. So let's take a look, see what happens. And I want you to remember this: if there are big holes in a device, it just can't plug them, and anything inside would still get wet.
Columbus Day, showers and thunderstorms likely, then showers and possibly a thunderstorm after 2 p.m., high near 58. Breezy, with a southeast wind 20 to 25 miles an hour, with gusts as high as 30 miles an hour.
Okay, there's a two-step process. It says that it dries to a flat frosted clear. And because of the frosted clear appearance, it should not be applied to items meant to be transparent, such as motor vehicle windshields, eyeglasses, etc. Okay. All right, so we have to do part one. We spray this, we let that dry for an hour and a half, and then we do step two and let that dry. And we're going to put it on a few things and see how it works. Things that we have, including this weather radio.
Indoors for many areas, with only mid-40s to mid-50s common.
Okay, the moment of truth. Step number one, I'm going to spray everything and hope this works. Let's start with this. I'm just this old Tracklone is definitely not waterproof. This is a cheapo. Let's spray some stuff on it and see what happens. Just let everything dry and see what happens. Okay, on my seaplane that I've converted to gas here, which I haven't been able to fly yet, this whole compartment has got places where the water can leak in. So I'm going to spray this on, and it's either going to eat the foam up or it's not. We're going to go ahead and start with the base coat, see what happens. So shake it up good, and I'm going to spray it around that. Here's something that bums me, because first of all, I looked everywhere that you can look on this box and read every single thing on here, and nowhere does it say what not to use it on until you buy it and then get the directions. And in this one tiny thing, if you don't read all this, it says, can NeverWet be used on electronics? It says no. NeverWet should not be used on electronics. Well, too late. I already did. And I'll show you. I'm going to show you. Okay, here we go with part two. Top coat. Want to shake it up real good. I got to transfer this. Do this. I don't know. Just part two. Well, folks, you know, the reason I'm doing this is because I'm curious about this stuff, and if it would work on anything RC, and I thought I would show you, so you don't have to go through the risk and do the stuff that I'm trying to show you right now. There are some drawbacks. Let's see what happens with the foam. It's rough, okay? It's rough in your hands now. Everything has got a white, like a white hazy coating on it, even the front. It's on. Let's sprinkle some water on it. See what happens. Ooh, that's probably not good. Well, it's still on in there. Pull it out, see what we got. Unbelievable. We got a totally dry foam. Well, just can't read it very good, you know. Well, that's pretty wild.
But this is a water repellent, not a waterproofer. So if you have big holes, the water will get in.
It's like having a very fine wrinkle finish on your transmitter. It's not bad. You're definitely probably not going to drop it. It's on. Let's see what happens to the coated servo and receiver when I dip them in the water.
You know, this is an extreme test to fulfill my curiosity. I figure if it works here, then a few splashes from a rainstorm's not going to be any problem.
Not a drop. Alright, the receiver on. See if it works. All working here. Alright, what happens if I dip it in the water? Will it all stay working? That is the question. With the Rust-Oleum stuff on it.
You know, most circuit boards that are SMT are coated already.
Look at that. It is all working.
But to pull it out of the water and there not be a single drop on it.
Hey, that's pretty good. Look at that. Now, I can see that the appearance doesn't matter so much on this. There isn't a drop of water on this. Look at that. Well, that's pretty good. I could see that this could be quite a boon. What happens when I splash the water on here, though? In fact, I'm going to put a bunch of water on here.
Well, since the water got in through the speaker hole, a drain hole might be a nice
look at
addition.
that.
Also note the inside is not coated, then it's probably going to mess up the screen. Oh, wait, I can't read that screen anymore anyway.
Oh, I'd say that's pretty good. I'm going to take this piece off here. Of course, you still can't see it. I'd say that's better than nothing. You know what? Actually, that feels pretty good. That feeling. It's kind of rough. I like it. Look at this. All right, let's see what else happens here. What about my boat?
Also know that electricity always takes the path of least resistance. So that's why you can lay Christmas lights outside as long as it's fresh water. You wouldn't want to do it in salt water, though. It would short out right away.
There's a pool of water in there. All of this paper, where it was treated, is amazing. It's like, do you know what mercury is? Did you see my video on mercury? That's wild.
PM in Sheldon. Lightning was falling with a temperature of 46. Around 48. Raw attempting from a tower which is owned by the community agency in Sanford, Iowa. Our program originates from the National Weather Service in Sioux Falls.
Amazing. See, so for something like this, it's already pretty rugged, I would suppose. That's a pretty good deal. Look at that. Not a drop of water on it. I'll set it down. Well, I didn't want to set it in the water. One in the mud. Alright, I'm going to hose them off. See what I got here. Besides a lot of mud. I definitely have wet boots now. Wow. This one? Absolutely clean. That's pretty amazing.
in conclusion, I'm glad I got this stuff. There are many things that it will work on. But since it works so well on my boots and sub, I'm giving it a thumbs up. But I'm giving a thumbs down on the smell during the application and the fact that there's no warning about electronics on the outside of the box, as I think a lot of people have electronics in mind when they see the ads. It does work on it, as you saw, but the inside of the foam was not coated and it failed. And the clock failed worse, but it had big holes. So what you expect. Hey, thanks for watching, folks. See you next time. Here's what's coming next.